weird thing that kind of struck me recently was that I had my first shoot of the year a couple of weeks back.
Are you going to say something like you were anxious about doing it?
Yeah, literally. Yeah. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I've never had that before.
This leads in well with what we're probably going to do later on today. Throughout my time in the military, there was always a period where you struggled to readjust coming back from certain places.
Right.
And so and I got things wrong a lot, you know, whether it was regard to relationships, personal well-being, engaging with other people. You know, there was always something that suffered because of the fact that I'd been in a different environment, and then you almost immediately or reasonably quickly come back into a normal environment, and it can freak you out. Yeah. And I think the same can be said for this. Like, there's a lot of people, like, I've felt it, you know, I'm like, oh, I've got to go and do something for the first time in a long time, and I'm like, can't be arsed, I don't know how I'm supposed to conduct myself.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Like, it wasn't like a proper fear as such, but it was just like, I was just like, oh, it'd just be easier to stay here though, just hermit, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's been tough. It's been a really, really tough year plus. But what does happen is, with tough times, is you become a stronger person because of them. And you start, you know, no matter how tough it is, you need to start trying to focus on the good that can come from it, and the fact that we're going to know how to adapt to certain situations going forward from this.
Yeah.
And in the military, no matter what you do, whether it's training, etc., you've always, at the end of each sort of like lecture or an exercise, they always end it with I suppose you'd call it a thought for the day. But you're taught in the military that every lesson that you give, you always finish with a look forward. So it'd be like, and it sounds a bit odd when I first tell you this, but you'll do a lecture on an ambush. You'll learn how there's a process to conduct an ambush. There's principles, there's a phased occupation of an ambush, there's the routine in the ambush, blah blah. You talk through all this stuff. It takes ages to talk about it. And then at the very end, after all the questions, you finish, you're like, and as I look forward, you'll be going out onto Woodbury Common very soon, and you'll be conducting an ambush. And so it's like, that you need to do the same with this. It's like, we've been in this situation, but how do we find the positive? And it's like, as I look forward, you're going to come out of this a stronger person. Yeah. And as I look forward, you're going to embrace all the stuff that you've missed. So let's start thinking about that sort of stuff. Let's start looking at what your transitional journey is to going back to normal, because it can be quite daunting. But if you start preparing for it now and thinking about what you need to do psychologically to reintegrate, then you're better prepared for it.